And praise Yahuwah, we right back at chapter 75 of the book of Enoch. These are the leaders of the chiefs of the 1,000, which are over all creation, and over all the stars. And so let's get that clear. They are over all creation. They didn't create all creation. So they are part of Yahuwah's working family, and they have a job over all that he created to keep it. Like we are to keep the earth and work for Yahuwah here on earth, not the world system, right? These are the leaders. So chapter 75, these are the leaders of the chiefs of the 1,000s, which are over all creation, and over all the stars, which with the four which are added and never separated from the place allotted them. They're never separated from the place that's allotted to them, according to the complete calculation of the year. And these serve 4 days which are not calculated in the calculation of the year. Respecting them, men greatly err. Respecting them, men greatly err. So respecting these, men greatly err. For these luminaries truly serve in the dwelling place of the world. One day in the first gate, one in the third gate, and one in the fourth gate, and one in the sixth gate. And the harmony of the world becomes complete every 364th state of it. For the signs, the seasons, the years, and the days, Uriel showed me the angel whom Yahuwah of glory appointed over all the luminaries of heaven, in heaven, and in the world, that they might rule in the face of the sky. And appearing over the earth, become conductors of the days and nights, the sun, the moon, the stars, and all the ministers of heaven, which make their circuit with all the chariots of heaven. Thus Uriel showed me 12 gates open for the circuit of the chariots of the sun in heaven, from which the rays of the sun shoot forth. From these proceed heat over the earth, when they are opened in their stated season. They are for the winds and the ruach, the spirit, of the dew, when in their seasons they are open. Opened in heaven at extremities 12 gates I beheld in heaven at the extremities of the earth, through which the sun, moon, and stars, and all the works of heaven proceed at their rising and setting. Many windows also are open on the right and on the left. One window at a season grows extremely hot. So also are there gates from which the stars go forth, as they are commanded, and in which they set according to their number. I saw likewise the chariots of heaven running in the world above to those gates in which the stars turn, which never set. One of these is greater than all, which goes round the whole world. So one of these go around the world. The world doesn't go around it. One of these go around the world. Okay? I don't care what vain man said. If you know, all of the philosophers that man worship are Satanists and they practice witchcraft. I've studied it, so you cannot tell me otherwise, because I know it is an unstudied answer and you're just going off of your opinion or somebody else's opinion or somebody else's lie that they told or taught you. Get the information for yourself. When you get the information for yourself, we can talk. 76. And when you get to, your information source matters too. Now, if you get it from a son of man, a son of Adam, and you don't get it from the host of all hosts, your information level is not accurate. There's no one above Yahuwah. His information is key information. Chapter 76. And at the extremities of the earth I beheld 12 gates, open for all the winds from which they proceed, and blew over the earth. 3 of them are open in the front of the heaven, 3 in the west, 3 on the right side of heaven, and 3 on the left. The first 3 are those which are towards the east. These are towards the north. 3 behind those which are upon the left, towards the south, and 3 on the west. From 4 of them proceed winds of blessing and of health, and from 8 proceeds wind of punishment. And from 8 proceed winds of punishment, when they are sent to destroy the earth. And the heaven above it, all its inhabitants, and all which are in the waters are on the dry land. When they are sent to destroy the earth, and the heaven above it, and all the inhabitants, and all which are in the waters are on dry land. I didn't even know winds affected the heavens. I did not know that. The first of these winds proceed from the gate termed the eastern, through the first gate on the east, which inclines southward. From this goes forth destruction, drought, heat, and perdition. From the second gate, the middle one, proceeds equity. Praise Yahweh. There issues from it rain, fruitfulness, health, and dew. And from the third gate, northward, proceed cold and drought. After these proceed the south winds through 3 principal gates. Through their first gate, which inclines eastward, proceeds a hot wind. But from the middle gate proceeds a grateful odor, dew, rain, health, and life. From the third gate, which is eastward, proceed dew, rain, blight, and destruction. After these are the winds to the north, which is called the sea, from 3 gates. The 7th gate is on the east, inclining southward. This proceeds dew, rain, blight, and destruction. From the middle direct gate proceed rain. dew, life, and health. And from the third gate, which is westward, inclining towards the south, proceeds mist, frost, snow, rain, dew, and blight. After these four are the winds to the west. From the first gate, inclining northward, proceed dew, rain, frost, cold, snow, and chill. And from the middle gate proceed rain, health, and blessing. And from the last gate, which is southward, proceeds drought, destruction, scorching, and perdition. The account of the gate of the 12 gates of their 4 quarters of heaven is ended. All their laws, all their punishment, and the health of them have I explained to you, my son Methuselah. Chapter 77. The first is called the eastern because it is the first. The second is called the south because El Elyon descends there. And frequently there descends and is blessed forever. The western wind has a name of diminution because there are the luminaries of heaven, because there all the luminaries of heaven are diminished and descend. The fourth wind, which is named the fourth, is divided into 3 parts, one of which is for the habitation of men, another for seas of water, with valleys, woods, rivers, shady places, and snow, and the third part paradise. 7 high mountains I beheld, higher than all the mountains of the earth, from which frost proceeds, while days, seasons, and years depart and pass away. 7 rivers I beheld upon earth, greater than all rivers, one of which takes its course from the east into a great sea. Its water flows to come from the north to the sea, their waters flowing into Etherean Sea on the east. And with respect to the remaining 4, they take their course in the cavity of the north. To their sea, the Etherean Sea, and 2 are poured into the great sea, where also it is said is a desert. 7 great islands I saw in the sea, on the earth, 7 in the great sea. Chapter 78. The names of the sun are these: 1, Aries, Aryas, Aries, Arias. The other Thomas. So the name of the sun is Aries Thomas. The moon has 4 names. Okay, so the sun has 2. The first is Asanya. The second is Ilba. The third is Benace. The fourth is Array. These are the 2 great luminaries, whose orbs are as the orbs of heaven, and the dimensions of both are equal. So the sun is male, the moon is female. In the orb of the sun are 7 parts of light, which are added to it more than the moon. By measure, it is put in until the seventh portion of the sun is departed. They enter to the western gate circuit by the north, through the eastern gate go forth over the face of heaven. When the moon rises, it appears in heaven, and the half of the seventh portion of its light is all in it. In 14, the whole of its light is completed. Three quintuplets light is put into it. Until 15, its light is completed according to the signs of the year. It has three quintuplets. The moon has the half of a seventh portion. During its diminution on the first day, its light decreases as a 14th part. On the second day, it decreases to a 13th part. On the third day, a 12th part. And on the fourth day, an 11th part. And on the fifth day, a 10th part. And on the sixth day, a 9th part. On the seventh day, it decreases an 8th part. And on the 8th day, it decreases a 7th part. On the 9th day, it decreases a 6th part. On the 10th day, it decreases a 5th part. On the 11th day, it decreases a 4th part. On the 12th day, it decreases a 3rd part. On the 13th day, it decreases a 2nd part. On the 14th day, it decreases a half of its 7th part. And on the 15th day, the whole remainder of its light is consumed. On stated months, the moon has 29 days. It also has a period of 28 days. 29 days. 28 days. Uriel likewise showed me another regulation when the light is poured into the moon, how it is poured into it from the sun. All the time that the moon is in progress with its light, it is poured in the presence of the sun, until light is in 14 days completed in heaven. And when it is wholly extinguished, put out, its light is consumed in heaven. And on the first day it is called the new moon. For on that day light is received into it. It becomes precisely completed on the day that the sun descends into the west, while the moon ascends at night from the east. The moon then shines all the light until the sun rises before it. When the moon disappears in turn before the sun, where light comes to the moon, there again it decreases until all its light is extinguished, and the days of the moon pass away. Then its orb remains solitary without light during 3 months. It affects in 30 days its period. And during 3 months it affects in 29 days, in which it affects the decrease in the first period. And in the first gate in 177 days, at the time of its going forth during 3 months, it appears 30 days each. And during 3 months, it appears 29 days each. In the night, it appears for each 20 as a man. And in the day, as heaven, for it is nothing else except light. In the night it appears for each 20 as a man. Okay, so he's saying for those 20 days, it looks like a man is in the moon, but it's nothing more than light. It just looks like there's a man in the moon. I was just thinking about like how I used to think that when I was a kid after I watched the movie E.T. when I was a kid. And when I was taken into foster care, that's the movie they were playing in that waiting room that they had us in. I don't know. I was just it was just something I was thinking about. No significance to anybody else outside of my life. It's just something in my life that I was thinking about personally. Chapter 79. And now my son Methuselah I have shown you everything, and every ordinance of the stars of heaven is finished. He showed me every ordinance respecting these, which is at all times and all seasons, under every influence in all years, at the arrival and under the rule of each during every month and every week. Also the decrease of the moon, which is affected in the sixth gate. For in that sixth gate is the light consumed. From this is the beginning of the month, and its decrease is affected in the sixth gate, in its period until 177 days are completed, according to the mode of calculation by weeks, 25 in 2 days, 25 weeks and 2 days. It is less than that of the sun, according to the ordinance of the stars, by 5 days in one time, precisely. When that visible situation is completed, such is the appearance and likeness of every luminary which Uriel, the great angel who conducts them, showed me. Look, I was wondering if it says that. Yeah, Uriel conducts all of these things. I wasn't sure if that's what it was saying, but it is. Praise Yahuwah. That is the end of chapter 79. When we jump back in, I'm gonna re-go over chapter 79. Yahuwah willing, and we will start from there. And there are, how many? I don't think there's that many more chapters. Actually there is. Okay, it goes all the way to chapter 105. And Yahuwah willing, I'm going to read to chapter 105. So we might have a couple more days or 2 more weeks on the book of Enoch before I read some more in the book of Jasher. I've read a little bit of the book of Genesis. Go ahead. There are a couple of chapters left in that. Check out all of these books for yourself and grow in your personal prayer relationship with the Most High and build up your personal relationship in the Most High, because we are in these last days. We are truly not citizens of this worldly kingdom nor governance, but the Most High. All those who are depending on this worldly government will find themselves at the decision to get the mark of the beast or not. I'm not waiting until it's that soon. Seeking the Most High now, departing now, because it's not easy. It's not easy like a yes or no. Like you have ties. You have ties into these things. You have to build up your relationship in the Most High. I've been through some things. I have a relationship with the Most High. I have been through some things, and He have brought me through it. If you have not been through anything with the Most High and you wait till then to get the mark of the beast, you're going to be like, well, they do provide all my food and my, what has the Most High really done for me? And it's not that He hasn't done anything for you. It's that you have not called to Him and leaned on Him. Because if you would, He truly and surely would provide for you, because He is a provider. And then you're going to go get the mark of the beast. And scripture says you're still going to be hungry. You're still going to starve. While we going to eat. I don't know what they told y'all up in church. But we going to eat. Our Father provided. It's food on his table. We eat. That's what he said. Anyways, we out. Praise Yahweh.